Hey guys, welcome back to Give Me Jesus. My name is Bongega Memela. So 2 weeks back, I had shared on Instagram that I'm actually gonna talk about the reason why I stopped drinking alcohol completely. So, the reason why I had to stop. So I started playing with alcohol. Um, I think I was still in primary. When I was still in primary. So at home we used to have like during like New Year's Eve. So our families used to gather, like all the aunts, cousins, and whatever. So we used to have like a family thing. So we'd go to this house and then next year the other house. So during those New Year's Eves, there was a lot of alcohol in the house. Um, so everything would be stocked up. I remember they used to use my cousin's room to store the alcohol. So she would go in with a very big jacket because obviously it gets cold. So I'd go to jacket and Olo, and then she'd go to her bedroom and she would stash like a couple of ciders or whatever in a jacket, and then come outside, and then we used to hide like just it's like the yard was flat and then it had like a hill going down, so we just go to the bottom there, and then everyone would have their sip and then pass, and then and then yeah, that was how I knew of alcohol and started tasting alcohol. And then fast forward, high school. High school, yes, definitely. That's when I started drinking more alcohol. Like, this thing of like, I want to taste as much alcohol there is as possible. So there was a whole lot of tasting going on, and I remember this one time at my what is Malumegazi in English? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, but my mom's cousin brother. I have my mom's cousin brother. So we went there with my other cousin and umshanam, umdalanam. Yeah. And we went there and they used to keep like alcohol, like like the whiskeys, and yeah, it was usually like whiskeys. So we opened one whiskey. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't Jack Daniels. It was a darker bottle because the plan was to put water, take half, top it up with water, seal it, like close it and put it back. So we did that and we did the court. But I didn't take the blame. So yeah, it was games like that, like drinking alcohol, but it was always in like around Ekaya in most cases. Like maybe at my cousins, like they were okay with alcohol, so would like drink openly there. And Ekaya, it was not really. The only time it was a bit open, it was New Year's Eve again, you know. So, but other than that, you hide your stuff. You hide your stuff from home. So yeah, that was the life. And then fast forward again to varsity. Varsity, I got into wine. I started drinking wine in varsity. Um, yeah, like I was never like a really like a hard drinker. Like, oh, I'm so drunk, I pass out. I've passed out. I've had a blackout once. Yeah, okay, not gonna talk about that day. um, so yeah, it was never like everyday kind of thing. It was sometimes, we're chilling, we have a glass or two of wine, whatever. And then fast forward again. So while I'm still in varsity, 2019, I had an encounter with Jesus, gave my life to Christ. So then things started to change. I completely stopped drinking. I think for like a year, like I wasn't drinking anything besides juice and water. And yeah, I think after a year or two, I can't remember, like I can't like be really specific, but probably after a year or two, then I was like, oh, maybe I'll have a glass of wine, whatever. Maybe if we go out, like for dinners, or I'm at home kind of thing. I wasn't really like a big, I'm gonna buy, let me just like buy wine. There's like cute stocks of wine in Lini. No, I wasn't really that person. Maybe I'd have like a bottle or whatever. So then it was just like a casual thing. Like, when a person says, I'm a casual drinker. So it was like a casual thing. Like maybe there's an event or something. Then I'd have like a few, like a bottle, not a bottle, I'd have a glass. I'd have a glass, or I'd have like cider. I remember there was, I don't know, something called pine twist. Umshanam introduced me to the thing. So I think that was probably the last cider I had. Can't remember, can't remember what was the last thing I had. So it was that casual drinking, what's not. And then it came to a point where I was just like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I still entertaining a life that I've once lived? Like, why am I now going back to it, And then it was just like, I had to like sit with myself. I'm like, why am I even still drinking? Like, maybe it's, I know sometimes I used to want to, just got back from work, or it's a weekend, I just want to unwind, have a glass of wine, watch something, like vibes. I'm a vibes. It was just vibes, honestly. So I was just like, it's not really because I really want to drink, it's just vibes. And I've gone like a year before, I think 2 years prior, of not drinking at all, and I was fine. Like, I used to go for like lunch and dinners with friends, and like I'm okay. I drink, like, my go-to is lemonade. So I'd be drinking lemonade and have a great time, So it like, alcohol wasn't like I need to have it in order to have a good time. No, it was just vibes. So I was just like, no man, like, there's no point in me doing this thing. Like, am I doing it because everyone else is doing it? And like God showed me Uguti, as much as we could be friends, and I drink and you drink, we have a good time. The reason that you're drinking and my reason that I'm drinking is not the same. And I'm saying this because I had to sit and just look at my family. And Ekaya, it's like, there's like a bad thing, I don't know what to call it. It's like alcohol is like a curse, especially to the male members, right? It literally just it takes them out. So I just really had to look at that. And I remember there was a time where I was with family members, and New Year's Eve again it keeps popping up. So we had like, like a couple of drinks. I probably had like one drink, and I was just like, I'm good. And we got into a huge fight. Like, there was fights, unnecessary fighting, and it was just a mess. Everything was messed up. Parents got involved. It was a mess. So from that day, I was just like, no man, there's something that happens when my family is together and there's alcohol. Someone is bound to fight with someone. I remember there was another New Year's Eve. I wasn't at home at my dad's house. My cousins got into a fight. They siblings, they got into a fight. Omunye washa omunye with a bottle of alcohol, ekanda. Then now everything was ruined. They had to go to the hospital. So I just started seeing this trend because every time we're together and everyone is having a good time, everyone is drinking, and it was like ruining the relationship in the family basically. So I started not wanting to be with my family members during New Year's Eves. And I was just like, I'd rather be with strangers. I don't want to be with you guys because I don't want to fight. I don't want to beat up anyone. So yeah, I remember, I think about I've spent 2 New Year's Eves alone. Yeah, because I was just like, no, I'd rather be alone than, even if I'm not drinking, because I stopped drinking. Like when I had the conversation, I was just like, no, this thing is actually a family curse. And how am I going to be the person who prays for my family and is trusting God to heal like family wounds and whatever, grudges, whatever it is, to heal that, if I'm still partaking in the actions that actually cause all of these troubles in the family? So I was just like, like there's no point of me even continuing Upuza because it doesn't add any value to me. Or yeah, like literally, like God took away even the desire. Like I know, like I've had people ask me, Wuti, like how did you just stop, G? Like how did you just wake up and just like I quit? So I think it helps because I wasn't like a frequent drinker. I drink like maybe after like 3 months, 2 months. So it wasn't really that hard. And like as I was saying, like God literally took away like any desire. Like I do not desire alcohol at all. Like no matter which setting I'm in, like it's something I did enjoy it to some extent, but I'm over it. Like yeah, I'm really over it. So now I remember I was with my family, my sister, my mother, and I'm just like, yo, yazi na guys, having intandazela. I pray for you guys. I thought you wouldn't have been thirst for a drop of alcohol. So yeah, like I think for someone it might be they just drink because they're having a good time. But for me, I started looking at alcohol differently. I'm like, you're actually an enemy to my family. You cause so much of harm, damage. Like I don't know how many lives like and dreams you've killed in my family. Like I'm not even gonna get into detail with that because it's not my life, it's not my story to tell. But yeah, like I'm just like, you've taken so much, and if I need to fight you, I can't then be using you or entertaining you in my life. So yeah, that's the reason why I stopped drinking alcohol. I think it's been over 2 years. I think the last time I had alcohol was, when was it? I think it's been over 2 years. I think it was a friend's, Steph's birthday. I think I had a class. I think that was probably the last I had. So yeah, I know you guys, I know even my pastor, I wrote thing on like a status on Instagram, and she was like, yeah, please share the story. Like I know sometimes we think our stories don't really matter. Like, maybe I led a person who was like a drug addict to share their story, or someone who was addicted to alcohol to actually share their story. But there may be someone who's facing a similar situation as me. So yeah, I hope that sheds more light to everyone who was very curious why I stopped drinking alcohol. So yeah, I hope you guys are good. Yeah, love you guys. See you next time.